Boom, here we go with another one, another lesson tonight. Of course. So today we're talking about always play King B1. Big shout out to Fine Gold #1, because y'all that's where y'all know it, right? That's why it's even funny. We're always play King B1, but we're gonna talk about why today. Why do we always play King B1? I'm sure y'all heard that before. So let's get into it. The game we're using here is J Martinez versus V Milov, and both of these guys, by the way, are super strong. Let me get the ratings again. Well, I know white was 24.95. Don't remember black. Black was 20 something. Don't remember 24, 25. But these guys are extremely strong here. But we're gonna talk about always play King B1. We're gonna try to keep it 15, 20 minutes and be out. E4. Make sure you are ready with your answers in the chat, because we are gonna ask you what do we do. E4, C5, knight f3, knight c6. We kind of fly through a lot of this stuff. Why? Because this is very basic. This is Sicilians, or like not that the Sicilians are basics, but the openings are basic. Castling is for betas with the always play King B1 emote in the chat. Bruh. That's right. That's Ben Feingold's always play King B1 emote in the chat. He always play King B1, and he's correct. And there's a reason why. We're gonna talk about that today. So after knight to c6, right? Knight to c3. Just I could play d4, but I'm gonna play knight c3 first. Thanks for the follow. Please diag f3. Yeah. So knight c6, d6, d4. By transposition, we get to a regular looking Sicilian position, the open Sicilians. And then after knight f6, f3. Right. So always play King b1, but never play f3 or f6. Bruh. Right. I know. Right. Fine, go like tripping. But after f3, which is very playable, but you got to know what you're doing. f3 stops any type of knight g4s or anything like that because of bishop to e3. If bishop e3 happens, you have a lot. For instance, bishop e3, knight g4. Now it's kind of annoying. Yes, you could just defend this, but bishops generally, especially in open games, are better than knights. Okay, so back to it here. So after the f3 move, stopping any knight g4 nonsense in business, we're going to play queen to b6, which hits the knight on d4, which is super annoying, and it kind of stops you and deters you from playing bishop e3 because of queen takes b2. So he plays knight to b3, blocking it, and also getting the knight off d4. Black plays e6, pretty nice. I like this. E6, pretty cool move, and then queen e2, which looks kind of strange because you like, bro, like, what is this? Bruh. Why do you put your bishop in front of your queen like this? Why would you do this? But there's a reason for it. There's a huge reason for it. In fact, let's put that on you, chat. Why do we put our queen on e2 here? It seems extremely strange, and our bishop can't get out. But what is the intention? What is the plan? What do you think white is trying to do when you put the queen on e2? This one's on you. Let's see what we have. We have bishop to c3 from PJness. I think he means e3. Castle queenside from Cyboy. Abdul says castle queenside, queen b5. Bishop to e3. Bishop e3, correct. You guys are right. Queen e2 and bishop e3 are well, queen e2 is for bishop e3, but also castling queenside is what I meant. Castling queenside is the move. A6, right? And also maybe something coming to b5 makes sense. A6, but you also want to play b5. And then g4 from white. Yes, he played g4. Crazy. He just played g4, bro. He didn't care about life or anything else. He played g4, which is a very aggressive move. Oh, jeez. I know, Red Album. G4 is ridiculous. So h6, stopping the g5 push. Now bishop e3. And if you look at this from the white side, man, this is extremely fun to play. Queen c7. Castle queenside. Right? I mean, this is so fun to play for white. H4, G5, like, feels like I'm going to mate you, like, no matter what I do, it feels like. Now, don't try that at home, because that ain't going to really happen. That ain't going to really happen. But it feels like you mating somehow, eventually. So after this castle queenside, black plays b5. And now, guys, after b5, what's the move? What's the move, chat? What's the move? What's the move, chat? Y'all ready? What's the move? What you do now? Come on. Come on. You got it? Y'all got it? Bruh. Come on. Come on with it. White to move. White to move. Red Hot Mama says h4 for the score. Okay. Red Hot Mama says knight d4. Okay. King b1. d5. King b1. Okay. d5. Knight d5s. Okay. Okay, no clue. Yep, definitely, absolutely serenity. I expected that one. Always king b1, knight d5, king b1, h4. All right. So for anyone that did not say king b1, if king b1 was not your answer, I want you to lean in very closely to the camera, as close as you possibly can to the stream. Put your face right there and catch this one right here. Garbage. Catch one more of them. Garbage. Give it to the friend next to you. Garbage. So yeah, it's king to b1 because that's what it's about. It's king b1. King b1. Always play king b1. Always play king b1. And now that's going to take us over here to the brain board right here. Boom. There are two main reasons to play king to b1. Number one is prophylaxis. A rook, and actually real quick, prophylaxis, for people that don't know what that is, and by the way, it's spelled wrong as well. It's spelled wrong, so we're looking at that right now. So we get a typo over there for the people, the editors. So that is a typo, by the way. There's supposed to be a Y in there. It's like prophylaxis, but it's actually a Y after the H. Correct. Thank you there, 40. But prophylaxis is supposed to be a Y in there. Is number one the reason. A rook can hit the C file where the king is exposed. So if we go back real quick, as we go back to this brain board over here, right, and we go back to this, boom, or we go back to the board here, look at this, right, the king is on the C file. I tell this to students all the time. If a rook or a queen gets here, no matter how many pieces, let's count 1, 2, let's say one was here, 3, 4, 5 pieces in between this. Let's actually make it even more realistic. If you put a rook on c8, let's do this. Let's make a random move. Just show this to really hammer this to you guys. This rook, 1, 2. Let's actually do this too. I'm really just going to show y'all what I'm talking about here. Let's go here. This position is absolutely disgusting. Don't ever try this at home, okay? I'm going to try to get this off the screen as quickly as possible. This is gross, but I'm trying to show a point here. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces are here. But you still should feel the uncomfortable pressure between the rook and the king with all this clutter in between. All this clutter in between. So it's very important to get off of the file with a smile. So get off of it immediately. Prophylaxis, right? Prophylaxis is the move. So going back to king b1 once again, and back to the board over here. Prophylaxis, by the way, is spelled with a Y. Once again, it's a prophylaxis, a prophylaxis move. Prophylactic move is king b1. Number 2 is defending the unprotected a2 pawn, and it also serves as a good waiting move. So back to it. What do we mean by that? After king b1, it's defending a2 because this pawn is usually undefended. Usually, many times this pawn is like not defended. The knight will be somewhere else. Usually, knight maybe not on c3 defending this. Also, if b4 kicks it and then the queen comes into a5 at the right moment, a2 is hanging, right? So the king steps over to defend it. Just like if you think about when you castle king side, where does the king sit? In the middle, defending both wings, both pawns, and the center. So when you castle queen side, you actually don't have that at all. You're only defending really these two, which makes this one vulnerable. So you tuck the king, get off the file, right? You know, because that's like you castling almost to like the E file, or like the castling to the F file. It's strange. So you just put the king here, prophylactic, defending a2, and everything usually should be fine in many cases. And it's a good waiting move to see what black does. And then when they make a move, now let's fast forward through the game. Bishop b7, and here we go, h4. Now it's about to get crazy. Let's have some fun here. After h4, knight e5. Okay, now let's think attacking here, right? Let's think attacking is white to move. You know that this is fun to play as white. You know that you got him somehow here. You know you got him. Somehow, some way, you feel like you really got some pressure on black's position, which you do. So what do you do about it? What do you do about it? Hello, Canty. Glad to see you. What's the details on this game? What's up, Strider? Today we're looking at always play king b1 and the why behind it. This is something that is very, very easy for you to understand, as you are a higher rated player. So this is not a problem for you. King B1, King A1, G5, okay. F4, just kidding, not G5. Bishop G2 to get ready for G5. These are all great moves, guys. These are all super good moves, I think. All pretty cool. I mean, you can. This guy was like, I think 2,500, maybe US. I mean, a FIDE over the board. So looking at this, right? What he played here is a move. Tells you how rich the position is. Is he played Queen to G2? He literally played Queen to G2. It tells you there's so much going on in this position that he chose to put the Queen on G2 to play G5. Right, but he could have played G5. He could have played Bishop G2. He could have played prophylactically Bishop C1 because Knight C4 is kind of annoying. You don't want to take on C4 yet, right? He could have played a lot of things here, but he played Queen to G2. I thought that was pretty interesting. Engine said it was fine too as well, even though the engine didn't say that this is one of the top 3 moves. Bruh. I mean, this is a great position for white here. So Queen G2, after Queen G2, black plays Knight F to D7. And instead of going G5, he goes F4. Bro, look at this position for black. Right, you have to go forward. I mean, you getting mollywopped right here. I mean, this is a family channel. So Knight to C4, he snaps because this knight is super crazy, and you want to get rid of it. So he got rid of it. Snap, snap, and then Knight D4 because I was hanging, and then Rook B8, and now it's getting a little scary. Okay, this is very double-edged. Right now, you feel like there might be some sacrificial options for black, but is there? It's on you, chat. White to move. What you gonna do about this? What you gonna do about it? Is it scary? Is it not? Do you just push forward? Who knows? You know. You know. What is it? I'm not scared yet, says Strider. Okay, Strider. What you got? What you got? Yeah, we can do that, Mikkel. Absolutely. Bishop C1, F5, D5 sets up scary stuff. G5 make him sweat. Black ain't got enough to sack, says Reha Mama. Very nice. That's a great observation. Black does not have enough to sacrifice. KB6? What? That's B6. And you mean B3? G5 and we live. G5 and we live is the move. Great job. G5 and we live. G5 and we live. Now watch this. Y'all thought that this was something. This about to get real crazy right now. Hold on to your hats. Don't slip. Because this about to get crazy. Queen A5 and we live, right? He go Knight C6 and says, go ahead, do it. Go ahead, bro. You can have it, right? Queen takes C3. Okay, Queen takes C3 on the board. And what do you do about this? What do you do? I just took a piece from you. I just took a piece, okay? I just took a piece. So what do you do? I just took a piece. I just want you to know I just took a piece from you. Okay? Right? Thought it was Black's move. Yeah. Knight takes rook from chess player. Okay. What do you do, chat? He just took a piece, right? You got the little pin going. He says G takes H6. Okay. G takes H6. Take the rook. Bishop D4. Call the ambulance. But not for me, says Jim Sardan. I added the not for me part. Bishop D4. E3 is hanging. Okay. So what do we do, chat? Is it Bishop D4? Knight takes B8. Take on H6. This is what y'all chose. I want to say Knight takes B8. He can't take that back on the knight. He can't take back on the knight. Because the queen. I say Knight takes B8. Okay. Bishop to D2. Hey, I'm going to hit you with a quick one right here. Garbage. Just a quick, real quick. Just in and out one. Real quick. Quick garbage. Okay, Bishop D2. Don't work. Bishop D4. B3. All right, guys. Bishop C1 from Jess. All right, here it is. Y'all ready? Knight takes B8. Okay. Hey, Knight takes B8. Knight takes B8. Let's go. It's garbage. It's garbage. Not a move. Try again. You thought you was right. That's not it. I just take here. And then, okay, oh, I take back. Oh, okay. And then you do a piece count and you realize you're down a piece. Okay, this looks cool, and you might have some compensation. Right? Oh, Queen G7 looks great. Oh, wow, Rook F8. Oh, you take a pawn. Okay, cool. And this is some type of compensation. But I got an extra piece, and it actually does not work at all. In fact, Jessica did get it right, and it is bishop to C1. What a move here, bishop C1. You see that? Bishop C1. Defending B2, rook still hanging. So we're like, wait a second, you didn't take the rook. So I'm about to move the rook. You're tripping. Like you have lost your absolute. What are you doing with your life, bro? I'm just about to move the rook. And can you find the move right now? Can you find the move? It is white to move. What do you do? And then we're going to fly through the rest of the moves here. This one's fire. This one's fire. Why doesn't bishop d4 work? Bishop d4, in fact, let's go back real quick, guys, while you're calculating. Sorry here. And we did want to look at bishop d4. Bishop d4 has rook takes b2, which is super annoying. If king a1, you have queen takes c2, weirdly enough. Weirdly enough, because the queen's hanging. After queen takes, you have this strange position, but black's just crushing, to be honest. And then if king to c1, you actually have rook takes c2, I think. And then we trade everything off, which becomes like, draw like. I mean, this is strange. Strange here. Maybe you give some comp to white. Black should be able to hold. But bishop d4 is a lot, right? Bishop d4 is a lot. Okay, so queen here, bishop c1, rook b6, and now this is where we are. I see knight to a4, which can't even go all the way over here to a4, but it can go to a5. That's one for knight a4. I see e5, pawn to e5, king a1 from Jess. Man, but you're down a piece, aren't you? Right, rook h3. Okay, some rook h3 action in that thing right there. e5, bishop d4 was straight trash. Let me hit him with the button. Garbage. I got you 40. And then anything else? E5s. All right, you ready for it? Here it is, chat. Here it is. King A1. Oh, snap. Sheesh. What a move. Because the queen is trapped. Look at the queen. It's trapped. How did you get your queen trapped like this? How did you get your queen trapped like this? I ain't never seen a queen trap like this in my absolute life. Look at this. Can't go here, I'll take you. Can't go here, I'll take you. Anywhere you go, the queen is captured. Right? And all because your king got to B1, right? Always play king B1. He was able to get the king to A1. And now he's done. Do you understand? Like, do you understand? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It all works together. Right? It all works together. It's beautiful. So the queen is now trapped. Because when I was looking at this game and I was kind of flying through it in the beginning just to see what happened, and I paused right here because I'm like, bro, this guy's straight garbage. What is he doing? Why on earth would he do this? Because this is what he did in the game. But then I had to go back a move and realize, oh my goodness, his queen is trapped. And the best he can get for it is a pawn. The best he can get for his queen is a pawn. Bruh. I mean, that's just beautiful. So takes, and bishop d2. And now we're going to fast forward. He says, so sad. Yeah, the best you get. I mean, at least you're going to go out with a bang. But you ain't even getting that. Like, you just going out. So, oh, man, that's funny. That's the ending, by the way. We're going to show y'all how we got here. We're going to show y'all how we got here. Hold up. All right, and then we're just going to watch the rest here. The rest is technique. As he plays f5 here, and I'm going to let you guys finish out this last point here. Queen e2, rook b6, rook d to g1, right? Trying to open a file with a smile, so he plays f5, lock it up. Lock it up. And that's how he got over here with the queen. Don't care nothing about this bishop ever, because g6 should be mating. Rook to a8 does nothing at all, not even threatening anything. g6. And this is ending, and the game ended right here. Should have took b2 at least, split the pawns. Well, no, actually taking on B, well, maybe, I guess you get a bishop and a pawn, but then you gave up a rook and a queen, right? Think about that right here. Back here, if you do rook takes B2, after this, rook takes B2, runs into, now you're losing even more material. Even more, right? Well, I guess after queen E3 with bishop D4, queen A3, rook H4, queen A4. Okay, so I guess you keep your queen. I guess you keep your queen here. This is really keeping it. But it's I mean, it's just terrible. Like, look at this position. Getting crushed. Like, I mean, I guess you keep your queen. Like, that's the point, is you keep your queen. You keep your queen here. But this is I mean, I could do this. Like, look at this. Like, at the very least, you know what I mean? Like, this is so bad. This is so bad. It was genius play by white, but black was attacking with 2 pieces against king and wasn't really in danger. Thanks, Strider. Yeah, that was crazy though. Hope y'all learned about this, guys. Always play king b1. Always play king b1.